Hello, people. How's it going? Are you well? I hope you are. Anyway, um, what I want to talk about, I was watching the midterm elections last night. Um, I was watching it on the BBC, and I always have BBC News on pretty much every night. Now, before the midterm elections and stuff, and everything was going on, what Trump was doing and everything, yada yada yada, and and what Trump was saying. But any time, well, I always had the BBC News on anyway, because it helped me to get to sleep. Now that's either because it's the BBC and the posh people kind of put me to sleep, uh, or it's the fact that Donald Trump was putting me to sleep because I couldn't really listen to him like the posh people the posh people that own the BBC and sometimes I can listen to them. It just depends on what they're saying. But Trump, with his rhetoric, sometimes I just can't listen to him. So I have to go, right, whatever. You're an idiot. I'm going to sleep. So, but last night the midterm elections was on, and BBC were covering it. And I woke up at a certain point, and it was coming up that the Democrats were winning the seats in the House of Representatives. They were getting more seats in there in the House of Representatives. So they and I don't know if that was going to be this story at the end of it all, but it turns out that it was that they won the House of Representatives. That's one of the things I think the BBC speculated on. That they could go into the House of Representatives and suppress Trump that way and everything that was going on with the current administration. So, yeah. So there's that, and I've lost my train of thought. But I was talking about the midterms elections, and I was very glad about the Democrats winning the winning the seats in the House of Representatives. And I think the Trump administration does need to be held accountable. There's a lot of there had been a lot of upheaval going on over there. I've noticed it. So I'm involved in some groups that is on Facebook that is related in some way, connected in some way to U.S. politics. I got into the whole U.S. politics thing when Bernie Sanders was going around doing his tour as an independent, but then he couldn't be on the ticket. TNC wouldn't let him. And then some states had the option for the write-in for Bernie Sanders, but not every state did. And there was a choice between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Democrat Hillary Clinton, Republican Donald Trump. There was other candidates, I'm sure, but those were the two main ones that they sort of focused on more. So I know that Ted Cruz ran for Republican as well, and I don't know. I'm not really sure who else ran for Democrat. I wasn't really focused so much on that. I don't know. Hillary Clinton was one of the main ones anyway, and people didn't want her in. A lot of people didn't want her in. But then there was one person, I think I remember them saying, "Oh, I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton anyway. It's the lesser of two evils, you know." um, but Trump got the majority vote, and the stuff that he has been allowed to get away with, it's just ridiculous. And yeah, another thing that the BBC speculated on leading up to the midterms elections was how big it was going to be. The amount of people that went out to exercise their vote: men, women, the youth. So that was interesting. And thinking back to the previous election, um, so there was the Donald Trump, Republican candidate, and Hillary Clinton, and then there was the ones that were siding with Bernie. Now, the ones who were behind Bernie, he had such a huge number of people. A lot of people went to his rallies, and to every state there was such a huge crowd, and it was surprised that mostly the youth. Um, so I think. I know it was mostly. I remember watching videos. There's no thinking about it. Because I saw it, and it was just amazing how he was able to draw in such a big crowd. Bernie Sanders is the man. Donald Trump, he's nobody. He's he's idiotic. He maybe has some good strategies when it comes to business, but in the end up, he's not a great person. And and there's examples to show that he's just not a great president. The, there's a lot of when all of this shit that was going on over there. You clearly seen the division and the amount of rift it was causing. So when the Democrats got into the House of Representatives, it's a chance to stabilize what's going on, what has been going on, and what Trump has been allowed to get away with. So I'm glad of that. And ages ago, I wrote a wee poem, rap, or whatever it is. And I've heard a term recently. It's called slam poetry. So maybe it's that. So what I wrote was called "My Problem with Religion." So I'm just going to. I think the message is still relevant, and I would just want the people of America, the United States of the people in the United States of America, to hear it, because I think it's worth hearing, and I think it would echo what Barack Obama had been saying, that the character of the USA is on the ballot. So, here we go. My problem with religion. These crystal fucks in the USA. Who the fuck do you think you are? And by the way, the crystal fox is those hard-nut religious people that side with the Republicans. And actually, to actually touch on this, just before I go into it, I remember watching a video, and they were saying all this outrageous stuff about, like, how masturbation is a sin, or being gay is a sin, all that there. And just I'm like, no, just no. And so I wrote this in response to all of that. These crystal fucks in the USA. Who the fuck do you think you are? You really think you are the ones in charge? You guys are just a bloody nuisance, loving to start trouble and riding on this Republican influence. Where do you get off in telling people what's a sin and what isn't a sin? Let me tell you what I believe in. I believe in the fundamental principles. Loving and respecting each other no matter what. Compassion. Because where I come from, that's being Christian. That's what it's all about. It's all about heart. Now don't start interrupting right now. That just wouldn't be smart. You're a whole pile of farts, leaving stink bombs wherever you go. But I suppose in the end, you reap what you sow. You guys think you know all there is to know? What? Because you read it in a book once? If you guys are so smart, why are you being a dunce? You guys are just an embarrassment. The whole world's laughing at you. You guys are so cringy to watch every time you say something or do. And you guys just don't have a clue about anything, not even reality. Because you guys have a fucked up mentality, reading your own versions of history. And anything that eludes you still will be in 50 years' time be a mystery. But never me, because you see, I'm brainy. I'm perhaps a little bit zany, but I never just look at the one source. I read around, trying to find a solid ground, something that's credible, maybe edible, something that goes down well like a tasty animal, something that's juicy, something that's meaty, something that's weighty, instead of banging on shit like you do in the 1880s. No wonder people want a separation from church and state. You guys always bringing religion into a political debate, like it's a sensible argument to make. Telling people why they shouldn't masturbate, and all this shit that doesn't relate to the modern people, which defies them mostly the youth, out-of-the-box thinkers, me, and the LGBT. We're the first community based on the grounds of equality and upholding the principles of liberty, because originally, that's what the United States of America was supposed to be, but unfortunately it's all corrupted, and all of this just makes me angry, like if I'm a volcano about to be erupted. And I apologize if I'm abrupt and blunt, but why do you think we're so disillusioned from the people that's supposed to uphold the Constitution? All you guys do is cause a rift in society, destroying the fabric of the institution. And all you guys do is cause more problems than you find solutions. And this is the truth. I'm seeing a whole pile of proof as an outsider looking in. And yeah, some people are poofs, poofy and goofy, but so what? Let them be to what they are naturally. And on the subject of sexuality, you have to look at it scientifically, because evidently there are gay cows and sheep, and if God made every single living thing, no doubt doesn't make our ears ring. God says it's okay to be gay. And that's when you look at the whole idea of religion, including Christianity. Conceptually, the whole bloody thing's insanity. And excuse me if I use some profanity. I think it's healthy expressing my individuality, and everything that makes me is part of my identity. And this I hope will speak to people universally, and anyone who is studying in university, loving one another, embracing cultural diversity. This is all me, and me alone, having a unique sense of morality. And if you can't accept that, then you have no humanity. You make the most outrageous claims, the kind of thing to make you infame us. And yeah, I am shameless. Why should I be ashamed to show my personality? If I was hiding my personality and my individuality, I'd be living a lie. How about you get after a high steeple and mix in with the everyday common people? Because let's face the facts, the real facts. You are by no means anything special. In fact, you could within you have some potential if you only put your more defiant qualities to good use instead of being obtuse. And I don't have anything to atone for. I know my own score. I haven't even committed a crime. And I don't need God to show me a sign or be my guide, because all religion ever did was divide. Christians versus Muslims, Muslims versus Christians, Catholics versus Protestants, Protestants versus Catholics, Jews versus Muslims, and Muslims versus Jews, and all the shit that I hear on the news. So don't you dare preach to me your backward views. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.